Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a new reading vlog for reading my July TBR in August. So I have a few books I have to finish for this weekend, plus a couple that were on my TBR that I do want to finish. So I'm just going to kind of roll my July TBR into the beginning of August. I had 2 international trips this month and I'm tired. So I did not read a lot. I think I read maybe 15 books, which is not a lot for me. I usually read at least 20. Audiobooks are usually where I catch up on my reading, and I have not been reading a lot of those. So I would love to finish all these books. I have 4 books I have to finish by Sunday night for book clubs. And then I have audio ALC and then another book that I think was on my July TBR that I have to check, but I'll talk about that one later. Right now though, I am in the middle of 2 books that I have to read that were on my TBR. So one is the Historical Hellions pick. It is the Shelley Thacker book, His Stolen Bride, Forbidden Bride. I'll put the photo here. It's originally something about like falcons by Shelley Thacker, and then this is the updated version that's on KU actually, which is really nice. So I'm about 30% into this. I will say I'm in a really weird reading mood where, and I say it, I've said it so much, I'm tired of it. I really just want to read Omegaverse right now. So I can't because I have so much to read. I am not really in the mood for this, but my live show is Saturday, so I'm trying to power through. I am 30, maybe 40% in actually that I think about it. I think I'm actually 40% in because I read it when I was running this morning and during my sprints last night with my Patreon. So this one is Scottish, which I was actually really excited about, but it's just like everything I'm reading is like fine. And I don't love being in that kind of mood. I don't get into slumps, but I get into, oh, it's fine, I'm not loving it, I'm just gonna like read it to get through it. And I will power through the book, but this one, he kidnaps her because she is betrothed to someone. She didn't even know she was betrothed to him until like a day ago. And he wants a treaty with the French and the Scottish because I think the English were the ones that had murdered them, because like they were invited to some like peace negotiations and were just murdered on their way there. And so he wants retaliation. So he's like, we need an alliance with the French. So he kidnaps her, who's supposed to be married to this guy, so that he can convince the crown to align with them. And so she is very stubborn, and she's also a healer, so she uses like her herbs and stuff to heal and tries to run away a lot. So I feel like it's a very quintessential Scottish kidnapping romance, and that's where we are right now. It's not super exciting. They just really like each other, and then his best friend's like, you better watch it because he doesn't actually keep women, he just uses them. So that's it so far. We'll see if I end up liking it, but I'm also listening to The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Coney. I've heard Connie, but it looks like Coney Island. But this one is shaping up to be like a 3-star right now. I honestly would DNF it if it wasn't for a book club. And this is my biggest gripe, which I've seen quite a few Goodreads reviews say this, and it was my immediate reaction to reading this, is that he's 30. He's a tattoo artist in this college town. She's 22. She's a senior in college. And they meet at a party. And in my eyes, it felt like a frat party. I don't actually think it was a frat party because she goes to a frat party later and he like picks her up from it. But I was like, this is a 30-year-old hanging out with college kids. Like literally. And like at one point he like takes her to her dorm. And maybe it's just because I'm older. Maybe I would have loved this when I was younger, but like I'm 31. I turn 32 tomorrow actually. Tomorrow is my birthday, the day I'm filming this. It's gonna be past by the time this goes up, but basically I'm 32. And I could not imagine attending college parties at my age. I don't attend any parties actually. And one of my patrons, when I was talking about it, did say it's like, oh, it's kind of like a house party that had college kids there. And I was like, I don't attend house parties where we're all just like playing drinking games and drinking at my age. Maybe I'm just an old lady, whatever. So that gave me a little bit of weird vibes. Also, she is a character who was assaulted, and she asks him for kind of like lessons, and that dynamic usually works for me, except for the fact that she is so much younger than him that it kind of feels not the best to me, and the male narrator is not the best, and so the dialogue sounds not normal coming from him. So like he calls his little sister, he basically helps raise his little sister. His mom's not the best, and so he calls her, I think, Princess. So like one time he was like, oh, she was really nice to Princess, and like it sounded so weird, and I can't get in this audiobook. So I do want to finish though, like I want to finish this and get through it. Tori did say this is her least favorite of the series, but I'm a little nervous to get to the rest of them, and I might actually have, so I got the audio because it was on sale for $5 when I got it out of KU. The other ones are still $7.50, but I might have to get the second one on audio just so I could read it, because I have so much to do this weekend because my birthday is tomorrow, and then I'm going out with some of my sister's friends for tea on Saturday for my birthday, and then I have my live show for Historical Hellion Saturday, and then I have my book club live show on Sunday. I have to double check those are the correct dates, so I'm prioritizing the correct books, but I have to read all 3 books in the Brightest Light of Sunshine trilogy, whatever series, and then this Shelley Thacker. So it's not off to a great start, which makes me really sad because I feel like my last vlog, I also didn't love any of the books. So, but we'll see if I do end up reading the other 2, because I do have Laura Pavlov's new one that I had meant to get to in July, and I didn't, and that's kind of the next audio I want to get to, so we will see. That's my update. I did want to show you my new t-shirt though. Look how cute. It's like Pooh, but like with bows, and he's blue, and he's so cute. I got this off of TikTok shop, and then I have to show this off because it was like bright yellow in the background and I had to move it. My friend Desiree got this for me for my birthday. And I don't know if you know, but I love comfy sweatshirts from the brand Comfy. I have 2 of them. Well, 3. I have 2 thin ones and 1 really thick one, and she got me this, and it's so perfect. It's basically a comfy, but it's for Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh, by the way, in case you're new here, but like the hood is literally Pooh's head, and I am dying to wear this. It is currently 80 degrees outside, so I can't, but like, can we talk about how cute he is? I can't. I am obsessed. So I'm very excited to wear this. I just had to show you since it was going to be like in the background of this video. But I have to go mow the lawn, and then I have to edit a video, and then I'm going to read some. So mowing the lawn, I'm actually going to read more of this book. So we will see. And get through these so I can finally read my Megaverse. But tomorrow I'm getting 2 Why Choose arcs. I'm getting Abby Millsap's and Alexis Grace's, and I'm dead. I'm so excited for those. But we have to get through this vlog first, and then I can go read those. Sorry, my hair is getting crazy because I put that on. Anyways, I'm gonna go and read, hopefully like these books. Hello everybody, it is currently Saturday. Yesterday was my birthday, so I didn't film anything for this vlog. I did actually end up filming a video. I have some new glasses. I got 4 new pairs for a sponsored video, so I am obsessed with all of them, so I'll be changing them out a little bit, but I love these ones. These are my favorite. But I had fun for my birthday yesterday. I haven't read a ton, but I do have some reading updates. So I did go to tea with my sister and her friends today, which was so fun, and I decided to DNF the Brightest Light of Sunshine. I already filmed my wrap up yesterday and talked about this, and I decided to DNF because I was like, why am I forcing myself to read this for book club when I have so much to read and I'm not loving it? And I could not get over the dynamic, and I was worried because I'm actually in the middle of book 2 and 3 right now, because I have one's audio, one's physical ebook, and both of them are the same age gap. She's like early 20s and he's like 30, but none of them are the college student with the 30-year-old. But one of them, she's like in her master's program, and I think she just turned 24 or 25, and so I was like, okay, totally fine, with a guy who works at the university, as he's like a doctor, psychologist kind of person, and he also works at the program that she is interning at, and he knows her mom. So I was worried about the dynamic, but nothing feels as weird as book 1 did. And like I said, I think it's the narrator too that was just like throwing it off for me. So I'm DNFing book 1, didn't like it, but I'm really enjoying book 3, and then book 2 I'm also still really enjoying. So book 2, she's with her physical therapist, and she is like, what the heck am I gonna do with my life? Like, I can't dance professionally for like 2 years. And she kind of came to terms also with her friend that was supposed to go with her to like the audition, and he is like kind of moving on with his dream, and she's kind of left behind. So she's she kind of has to address that as well. So right now it's really good and I'm really enjoying both of those. And I am 60% into my historical romance. I'm reading so much at once because I didn't want to read my historical romance. I ran 6 miles and I need a really good book when I'm running that long to distract me from running so much. And I got new tennis shoes that I wore for the first time on my long run, and I shouldn't have, but I already threw out my old ones because they had a hole in them and I got a really bad blister on my foot. So I have to run tomorrow. So hopefully this blister doesn't hurt too much tomorrow. But I had to have something interesting, and this historical romance is not that exciting. So I was like, I cannot run 6 miles reading this historical romance. So instead, that's why I started book 3 in the Listen to Coney series. But I am 60% into the Shelley Thacker, and it's fine. I feel like it's very insta-love, and I really don't get why they like each other. So like the whole point is that he kidnapped her, but he is gonna, I don't know if he even plans on returning her, but he did kidnap her, and she has to have her virtue intact because that's really what makes her valuable, because she's engaged to this guy who wants her, and they do sleep together, and there was like no real hesitation when they end up sleeping together. And I was like, what was making you risk all this for her? I don't know. Like, I feel like they just kind of don't really know each other, but I don't know how often they really know each other in historical romances. Like, their personalities are fine. I think the hero is pretty interesting. We got a lot of his background, and I don't know how that's gonna, like, one part seemed very random. He's also very young. He's like 25, but he had been married to someone when he was 16 for 2 years. So he was 14 when they got married. The timeline's very confusing in this book. So we do have our live show tonight. It is 4:30. I'm about to have my Italian leftovers from my birthday dinner yesterday for dinner tonight, and read until I finish this because I have to have a live show in 3.5 hours. So 40% left. I'll finish, no problem. I just don't know what my rating is yet. So we will see what that ends up being. It is currently Sunday. It is 2 o'clock, and I got to walk the dogs this morning, and I did some work today that I could listen to an audiobook for. So I know it's Sunday, but I have a lot to do this week, so I was trying to get a little bit ahead, and I finished kind of the second Listen to Coney book. I have like 30 minutes left, and I have no desire to finish. I will say, story itself. So like, my issue is I'm someone who doesn't like epilogues and stuff, and it's literally them just like reflecting on loving each other and being together, and I'm like, if the rest of this is an epilogue, I don't care, so I'm just gonna skip it. So I think I'm gonna give this one 3 stars. I feel like 3 is really harsh. I don't know, like I feel like it's gonna be interesting talking to my Patreon about this series, because since I'm reading them like simultaneously, like I've just DNF book 1, I'm reading book 2 and 3 at the same time in different formats. I feel like, I don't know if this author just doesn't have great friends, but like all of them have horrible catty friends, or like the girls are always mean girls and like talk horribly about people and are just not nice people, and they're very insecure about it in every book. So in this one, she's like, oh yeah, like the people in the ballet program keep on like talking nasty but then acting nice, and I overhear them talking like this, and like people are mean. And then in book 3, she's like super worried about what people think about her, because she had a friend group that were jealous of her good grades and were like, oh, you just think you're better than us, we're not even gonna talk to you. But then they like acted like nothing was bad, but then they just kept on talking about her behind her back, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I don't know, that's just like a very common theme in all of her books, and they're just okay, and they're all really big age gaps, and everyone's like, oh, are people gonna judge us for our age gap kind of thing, and the girls are always so young. Like, and this one she was 21, and I liked the fact that she was a dancer, and I liked their physical therapist relationship, but that was over like pretty quickly in here, so it was fine. I also think I'm just not in the mood for contemporary, so I am extra picky about it, so that's why this one's a 3-star for me. We'll see. I am liking book 3 better, more on like the 3.5 side, but I did finish the Shelley Thacker book last night. We had a really fun discussion. I actually ended up liking the book more after we talked about it, and the end was so soap opera-y and so good. Like, so many secrets were revealed, and like all these things were happening, and I was like, this is what I wanted throughout the whole book. The first half was just kind of like, it was fine, but like give me that drama sprinkled in, and then everything would make sense. So that one was a 3.5 for me. Kind of rounded up to 4 after we chatted, because like I did really enjoy the end, but it was just a Scottish historical romance. And Samantha brought up a good point where it didn't really feel like it was in Scotland though. Like, it felt like the the setting wasn't really fully described as well like they usually are in historical romances. So that also could be why I didn't love it so much, because I wanted it to be like that. But some of the aspects did remind me of Outlander, because there was this girl back home where he had like kind of hooked up with her, and then she was like determined that they'd get married. He's like, oh no, I like this girl I brought home, and then the girl gets all jealous and tries to like sabotage it, and I was like, oh, that's definitely a plot that happened in Outlander too. But apparently she did, sorry, the sun is like really coming up now, she redid the book like to be as an ebook. So I really want to know what she took out and changed, because it kind of felt tame, I guess. Like it could have been like better, and I wonder if she changed things to be for a modern audience, because I know she did say that she changed things and added to it, and it was really short. So I think from now on I'm not going to trust Kindle Unlimited books, or unless I deep dive into it and see if the authors have changed anything, because Lisa Kleypas has been like sneakily changing things that really don't need to be changed. So I should have physically read the paperback for this one, honestly, and I think I might have liked it more of how it was written back in the 90s instead of republished for the 2000s. So those are my updates of reading so far. I'm gonna go and read book 3 and finish that. I'm about 40% in, and it's okay so far. I'm enjoying it. They work together, though a lot of it's being spent on this like kids clinic that they work at and like trying to help the kids. So it's just fine so far. So we'll see how I enjoy the rest of it. But then I'm gonna start Laura Pavlov's audio next. So that should be the next book I update you on. Hi guys, it is Tuesday. I meant to update you yesterday, but my sister worked, and when my sister works, the dogs and I just go to bed. We were in bed by like 6:30, and I don't go to bed at 6:30, but I was just hanging out. I was watching some YouTube. I read some. I did some of the New York Times word games, and it just was a chill night, and I was like, I don't feel like getting my camera out. But I do have a lot of reading updates for you. So I finished kind of the Lysina Coney series. I went all the way up until the last hour of book 2, and it was just all epilogue stuff, so I just was not gonna read it anymore. And that one's like a 3-star read for me. Book 3 I still was really liking, and then I don't know, I feel like just her writing and her storytelling is not for me, so that one was also a 3-star read. I think that a lot of her writing to me feels like she's not actually like plotted her books out. She just kind of like writes along the way. So there's just a couple things that I felt like were very randomly thrown in to kind of try to add, I don't know if it's depth to the characters or just like trauma to the characters or what, but like there was no hint of some things. Then it's also like, oh yeah, this had happened to me in my childhood, or this had happened to me and really affected me. And I was like, when did that happen? Like we were not given a sign of that, and we were in the characters' heads the whole time. So it just felt like she kind of was like, oh, this would be fun to add, and then added it. It's very slice of life. I feel like, especially for book 3, she's like studying to be a psychologist, psychiatrist, and she goes to this like camp for kids, this resource place for kids that the hero actually works at, and that's where her internship is. And she does like an entire talk about like sex ed, and we get the entire scene of her giving this talk, and I'm like, okay, this is cute, but like I don't care about you doing this presentation. And we got the entire thing. So I was like, I don't need this. And I feel like especially in book 3, she was like, her only flaw was that she was too perfect. She's like, everybody hates me because I get good grades and I have no trauma and I have good parents and I'm privileged. And I was like, no, I don't like this. And every girl in this series was a mean girl, and I did not like it. Everyone was out to get the heroines. Everyone was jealous of the heroines. Everyone was a catty mean girl. So just all these things combined, I was just like, the series and this author are not my jam. So 3 stars for both of those. And book 1 was a DNF because that was not for me either. But I am reading Laura Pavlov's new book, which is really cute. I do think that Laura, just like her romances just feel comforting to me, because I just like know what to expect when I read a Laura Pavlov book. And so this one is in the, oh, what is it called? It's not the Honey Mountain series. What is this book in? I don't remember. What, Rosewood River? She's also writing 2 series at once. Yeah, she's writing her Blushing series and the Rosewood River series at the same time, but this is book 3 in the Rosewood River series. He's a hockey player, she's a trainer. I will say I wish we got a little bit more of her and her dad in the kind of beginning of the book, because her dad's also the hockey coach, I believe, and I feel like I don't really get that forbidden aspect because we don't really like see it on page, so I would have loved that a little bit more there. But they have to spend a lot of time together. She had to literally like move to the small town just to train him, and she had just graduated with her master's, so she obviously wants people to take her seriously, and he is like recovering from an injury, so it's like a torn ligament or something, and she's helping him, and they work out together. They got to go on runs together. It's really cute, and they have the best friend groups in Laura's books, like the best group chats, the best supporting characters, and so the friend groups in here are really, really adorable, and I love how they just like kind of poke fun at each other, and it's really cute so far. So I am about halfway through that audiobook already, actually, because I did walk my dogs this morning and I listened to a bit of it while I've been working today. I have about an hour and a half left of work for the day, and then we'll see where I go. I do want to finish this one and then one more book, which I'm hoping these two are at least 4-star reads. This one's like more so on the 4-star side, and then I have one more book to read to finish out my July TBR, even though it's already August 5th. This is gonna go up at some point, and I'm really excited for that last book, which I'll tell you about a little bit later. But yeah, that is it. My sister and I might actually go see the new Superman movie later this week, which I'm very, very excited for, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, those are the updates. Hello, sorry, I put my PJs over there, and that's my new Winnie the Pooh Sherpa hoodie thing I got for my birthday, and I don't know where to put it yet, so ignore those. But hello, I am here with some updates. I started Nightshade last night. I actually finished Laura Pavlov's books. I don't remember if I talked to you about it yet, but solid 4-star. She does found family so well, and this one was a forbidden romance, and it definitely felt forbidden. They did keep the secret from her dad about them dating. He definitely came in a lot more later on when they like kind of talked about the hockey team and stuff, and she started working with the team and like this really awful guy who was obviously jealous of her, who was also a trainer, and like it wasn't as forced proximity, kind of like enclosed when they were falling in love. I will say it was super cute. They would like write little love notes to each other, so it was their thing to have this like notebook where they just like left little notes and told each other how much they loved each other. I did really, really like that, and it was definitely forbidden, like I said, because sorry, my son is going out now but there's like a clause that they're not allowed to date people on the team, and so she would like felt like she was gonna get fired or he was gonna get fired, so they definitely had to keep it a secret. So I did like that forbidden aspect a lot, and then of course I love this cast of characters because the found family is so fun. So solid 4 stars. It just feels very comforting reading a Laura book, so I did really enjoy that audio. And then I'm on my last book of this vlog, which is Nightshade. I am really enjoying this so far. It is definitely giving Dark Academia vibes. I have to see if Tori's read this because I feel like she would love this. The heroine shows up at this university in Scotland, and this guy is like determined to give her a ride, basically like takes her backpack and is like, you're gonna get in my car and I'll take you. And so he does, and then she arrives, and you're supposed to be sorted into these like 4 houses, and one of them's the worst one with like, and also like people die. She's like, oh yeah, a lot of times people don't even make it out of the school because they get killed by other people, mostly from this awful house, and she gets placed in the awful house, even though when she applied she was supposed to not be in that house. She knew she was supposed to be in a different one, and they were like, no, where are you going? You're sitting over here. So she's in the bad house, and that's all I know so far. She's here because her parents died, and she's trying to like uncover why they died. So it's good. I'm enjoying it. So I might just go downstairs and do my puzzle while I listen. I'm just like really in the mood for this, and I want to finish this vlog soon. So we are going to see Superman tonight at basically 7. We're gonna go see Superman. We're going to like the really bad theater by us, which does not have updated seats, but it's so close to us, and if we wanted to go to any other theater, we'd have to go to a $17 theater where the tickets are $17. And I was like, since when is a movie that's been out for a month $17? That is insane. Or the movie theater we usually go to, we have to go on the highway to get to, and rush hour is always awful, and we want to see it like around that time. So, or I think like the only show time was like 7:30 or during rush hour. So we didn't go over there. We're gonna go, hopefully the seats aren't too bad. The last time we were there, we made the mistake of going for the Taylor Swift movie, and that was the Eras tour. That was 3 hours, and that was actually rough. Like my butt hurt by the end, but hopefully we can last the 2 hours. And then tomorrow I really want to go to At Home and Hobby Lobby. I've been watching Bonnie is her channel. I will link it down below. I've been watching all of her videos lately. She posted some fall ones and I'm just watching them all day while I work. So tomorrow my sister and I are going to go to At Home and Hobby Lobby. I also want to look at Hobby Lobby's yarn. So we're going to look there and we might decorate, I think, within the next couple weeks. So I'm very excited. So that is the update here. I might go puzzle now. Hello everybody, it is now a Friday and I have officially finished my last book for this vlog. I did finish Nightshade. I do have the physical copy the publisher sent my way, but I was listening to it through Hoopla. So if you have Hoopla, check Hoopla. And I'm giving this a solid 4 stars, kind of maybe 4.5. I think that the middle dragged just a little bit, but I was really intrigued by the beginning and then really intrigued by the end. So the heroine's parents have passed away and they were killed in this accident at this university, and she thinks that it's the hero's dad who did it, but then she constantly is kind of like thrown into the path of this hero, and they have to like act like they were together when they saw a dead body, and like they're working on a paper together. And I think this would have been a little bit stronger if it didn't take place at a university, because she felt very young, and she's also actually older than all of them. She's like 24, I think is what it said in here, because she went to school a little later, but she felt like she was like 18. So I think that making her kind of seem aged up a little bit would have been helpful, and maybe, I don't know, not, well, because they had to live in these dorms together. So I don't know, I didn't love the fact that it was kind of like new adult-ish. I would have liked it just to be like full-blown adult romance, but definitely it's very atmospheric. It takes place at this really creepy university. It takes place in Scotland, and there's a lot of like mystery going around. There's dead bodies. She has a stalker. I do love all the quoting of literature in here, like her and the hero would quote stuff together, and then her stalker also kind of sends some creepy stuff as well. But I did really like all of the literary nods in here. They were really fun, and things went down at the end. Like I was definitely hooked, and it was definitely fast-paced at the end when we were trying to figure out like who actually killed her parents, and how like the hero was connected to it, how his dad's connected to it, how she is going to like move on from this. It does take place a little bit at winter too, like there's Christmas in here, so I feel like it's definitely perfect for like the fall winter vibes as well. So things were not wrapped up completely at the end. I will be intrigued to see when book 2, actually let me look. I was like, there has to be a book 2, because I was like, wait, did we actually like, did we get an ending to this? And I don't think that we did. So let me look. I do know this was indie published first, so I'm intrigued to see how long it'll take to get book 2. Right now it just says it's book 1 of 1. What the heck? I have to go to her social media now. Nothing, no pre-orders on Amazon for the second book, but there was definitely a couple plot lines that were left unfinished. So, but this like just came out in June, so, and nothing for book 2. It does have really cute special edition covers. Oh, that's adorable. This is a really fun book. Oh, that was February. I was like, this is, I've never seen this. She doesn't post that often to social media, so I don't know when the second book is happening, if it's happening. Nightshade and book 2 are coming to bookstores near you. I don't know, we're gonna get a book 2 at some point, but solid 4 stars. Very happy that I got to end this vlog on this one. This is probably my favorite book of the vlog, so yay for that. We started off on a very rocky start, but we ended on definitely a high note. So that was me trying to finish my July TBR. I did not finish every book of my July TBR, but I got through the ones that I really, really wanted to get through. So I'm very, very happy about that. Let me know if you've read any of these and if you enjoyed them. And if you made it this far, leave me a leaf emoji, because this is like spooky fall vibes. Leave me a leaf in the comments down below. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.